Hey, what's up guys, B-Boy here, Tech, and for our today's list, we got POCO phone devices that are under 15,000 pesos that were released this 2022. Again, the list that I'll be mentioning will be in no particular order. Kicking it off with the most affordable of the bunch is the POCO C40 for only 7,499. We get a decent 6.721-inch HD Plus display protected by a Corning Gorilla Glass. You also get an octa-core processor chipset while running on MIUI 13 based on Android 11. You also get a decent 4GB of RAM and a 64GB of storage, but still expandable up to 1TB via micro SD. For the cameras, we got 13MP main and a 2MP depth at the back and a 5MP front selfie camera. It also has a IP52 dust and water resistant, and you do get a dual SIM, 4G LTE, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and a USB-C charging. You also get an impressively large battery at 6,000 mAh. It also comes with 18 watts fast charging, which is pretty decent. But if you want to step things up just a bit, you can get the POCO M4 5G. As the name implies, it does have a 5G connection, which should be a plus. You also get a much better display, a 6.58-inch Full HD Plus display with a 90Hz refresh rate. It also packs in a MediaTek Dimensity 700. While the camera setup largely remains the same as the POCO C40 and its configuration of having only 4GB of RAM and 64GB of storage. What has changed though is in its battery department. Sadly, it has reduced to only 5,000 mAh, and strangely, it also runs on MIUI 13 but now is based on Android 12. The POCO M4 5G is priced at only 9,599. Now, if you really want to step things up, then there's also the POCO M4 Pro. It's actually at the upper end of the list with its 6GB plus 128GB model going for 12,990, and the crazy part is it has 8GB plus 256GB variant for just 1,000 pesos more at around 13,990. It does come with a slightly slower processor with Helio G96 and no 5G here, but you do get some nice improvements, especially in the display and camera department. A 6.43-inch Full HD AMOLED display with 90Hz refresh rate plus being protected by a Corning Gorilla Glass 3. This means that playing games and watching videos are absolute treat. Camera is now a triple rear camera setup with a 64MP main, 2MP macro, and even a 8MP ultra wide that gives you more flexibility. Up front, we see a 16MP front camera. Overall, this camera setup should be a setup and much better for everyday use compared to the ones on the C40 and M4 5G. It even has IP53 splash-proof resistance, a 5,000 mAh battery with 33 watts fast charge, and a liquid cooling technology. Now we're down to the final two smartphones on this list, and they are the POCO M5 and M5S. Both can be spec'd up to 6GB of RAM and 128GB of storage. They also got a 3.5mm headphone jack, a 5,000 mAh battery, and running on MIUI 13 based on Android 12. And that's where their similarities end, because underneath, the M5 comes with a Helio G99 while the M5S comes with Helio G95, which, if you can tell by the name, the slightly more affordable M5 actually comes with a faster chipset. Well, strangely. However, where the M5S has the advantage is in its display. Since the M5S comes with a 6.43-inch AMOLED panel rather than the 6.58-inch LCD panel on the M5, this means the M5S simply delivers a better viewing experience with more vibrant colors and higher peak brightness at 1,100 nits compared to only 500 nits on the M5. But there's also the other side of the coin, since the M5 does have a leg up against the M5S in terms of refresh rate, with the M5 having up to 90Hz display and the M5S gorgeously comes with AMOLED panel only getting up to 60Hz. So I say just pick your poison here. Another advantage the M5S has over the M5 is in the cameras. Its quad camera setup on paper is much more flexible shooter with a 64MP main, 2MP macro and depth sensor, and a 8-megapixel ultra-wide, not to mention a 13-megapixel front selfie camera. The M5 on the other hand comes with only a triple camera setup with a 50-megapixel main and no ultra-wide and just 5-megapixel selfie camera. Another minor thing is that although they have the same battery capacities at 5000 mAh, the M5S charges faster at 33 watts compared to only 18 watts on the M5. So which is best for you? So if you're a gamer and a smooth gameplay is most important to you, then the M5 seems to be the better option with a snappier chipset and a higher refresh rate display. But if you find yourself more on taking photos, selfie, and watching your favorite shows on Netflix, then the M5S simply offers the better experience in that regards. For the 4GB plus 64GB model, the M5 will cost 9,499 pesos while the M5S is 9,999. While bumping both up to 6GB and 128GB storage will have the M5 price at 10,499 while the M5S at 10,899. So that wraps up our list of POCO Phone smartphones in 2022 under 15,000 pesos. Now, which one is your favorite and which do you think offers the best deal out of all them? Let us know what your thoughts in the comment section down below. Also, make sure to follow YouGetTech.com on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And also visit our website for your daily dose of tech news and reviews. And once again, I'm B-Boy, and thanks for watching and see you on our next video.